Hello, third graders. This week we are going to be looking at a story that is titled, Why the Sky is Far Away. We are still working in Module 10. We are still working on that essential question of why is it important to pass stories down to the next generation. So we have been reading stories that tell a tale. In today's story, Why the Sky is Far Away. But before we begin the story for this week, we need to first review some vocabulary words that we will see within our story to make sure that we are familiar with them as we come upon them. So let's see. Today we only have 3 new vocabulary words. The first one for you is tempting. If something is tempting, it's something you want very much. On a hot summer day, nothing is more tempting to me than ice-cold lemonade. Number 2, quantities. Quantities are amounts that can be counted. People donated large quantities of canned food for the shelter cats and dogs, and we counted and sorted them. Number 3, ominously. If something acts ominously, it makes you think that something bad might happen. A mouse kept its eyes on an owl that lurked ominously on the tree branch above. Okay, and now that we have completed those vocabulary words, we're going to work on our mini lesson. This is mini lesson 6, and it's titled Visualize. So sometimes you may be reading a text that includes photos or illustrations, and they help you understand the text. Many times we use those photos and illustrations to help us better understand. But what happens when we do not have images included? So what we do is we visualize, or we begin to create pictures in our minds as we read. And here on this chart, it says here, visualize is to use your senses to create pictures in your mind as you read. Ask yourself these questions. What do I see in my mind? What would I smell? What would I hear? What would I taste? Or what would I feel? Having a mental image of an action or a scene is going to help you better understand the story as you read. So today we are going to be practicing this skill as we read Why the Sky is Far Away. Now this text in our My Book does have pictures, illustrations for us to look at, but we are still going to visualize or use senses to create our own pictures in our mind as we read. So right now you need to turn in your My Book to pages 380 and 381. Why the Sky is Far Away is a Nigerian folk tale. Let's see. Let's go back here to the Prepare to Read page and let's discuss the genre. Today we have a folk tale. Folk tales are traditional stories that have been passed down orally from one generation to another. So they have been passed down by word of mouth from one generation to another. Authors of folk tales tell the story through the plot. Folk tales include a moral or lesson learned. And folktales might include magic creatures or animals that talk as characters. Folktales also include the beliefs and ideas of a culture. Okay, down here we have the list of those 3 vocabulary words again: tempting, quantities, and ominously. So we'll be listening for those as we read. So let's build a little background here on the Nigerian folktale origin. It says, like the folktales of many other countries, Nigerian folktales were shared by word of mouth for many years. Long before they were written down, these tales explain nature, using a story to tell why an animal, plant, or natural object looks or acts the way it does. Nigerian folktales may include proverbs or sayings that are intended to guide people to act in a decent and honorable way. The tortoise is often featured in Nigerian folktales. In the beginning, the sky was close to the earth, and the people didn't have to work for their food. All they had to do was cut away a piece of sky to eat. It tasted delicious, like meat or corn or honey or anything else that they felt like eating. Since they didn't have to hunt for their food, all they did was weave and carve and tell stories all day. When the great King Oba wanted to give a party, his servants would cut out pieces of the sky and shape them into wonderful forms. Animals, diamonds, leaves, or flowers. But as time went on, the people forgot to appreciate the sky. They took their food for granted, and they became wasteful. They cut far more sky than they needed, and they threw what they didn't use onto the garbage heap. So if you think here about visualizing, we can use our senses and what we've read here in the text. We can picture people dancing and having fun at one of the king's parties. Maybe they're eating yummy pieces of sky that smell like delicious food. And the fluffy blue sky shapes are flowers and birds and diamonds. But then I can also picture that garbage heap. And it is smelly and dirty and messy. Okay, on page 383. The sky became angry because of the waste and the people's ingratitude for his gift. One day the sky grew very dark. The people were frightened. "Oba," a voice boomed above the king's palace. "Wasteful one, king of wasteful, ungrateful people. If you continue to waste food, you will have no more of the sky to cut." Oba was terrified. He sent messengers all over his kingdom. "Take only what you need," they warned. "The sky is angry because of your greed. Stop wasting the sky or there will be trouble." Okay, let's turn the page. For a while, the people were very careful. They cut only what they needed from the sky. They ate all they took. Nothing was thrown on the garbage heap. Nothing was wasted. Once every year, there was a great festival in Oba's kingdom in celebration of his greatness. All the people looked forward to wearing their best clothes, dancing all day and night, and feasting on wonderful foods. Oba's servants prepared magnificent food. They pulled pieces of sky down and shaped them into flowers and animals in every imaginable form. They colored them and cooked them and placed them on huge platters so that the food looked tempting and inviting. The people came in gorgeous robes, music played, and everyone danced. Soon the people became hungry and started to eat. The food was so delicious that they ate and ate until everything was gone. So this is another good place where we can visualize. So the text here tells me that the people wore their best clothes. So I can imagine colorful, very fancy robes. I can hear the noise of the party, people talking and laughing and eating, maybe loud dance music playing. I can see and smell huge trays of sky food and amazing shapes of animals, flowers, and all kinds of forms. The text also tells that the people ate everything until it was gone. So I can picture people eating greedily and without care. The illustration helps me to visualize this party. So now let's look at page 385. But the people were greedy and wanted more, even though they were no longer hungry. They pulled down great quantities of the sky and gobbled them up. What they couldn't stuff into themselves, they threw on the garbage heap. Greedy and wasteful, they forgot all about the sky's warning. Suddenly, while the festival was still going on, the sky grew ominously dark. Thunder rumbled and roared, and fearsome knives of lightning sliced through the sky. "People of the earth," the sky boomed, "you are wasteful and greedy. I warned you, I will no longer give you food. You will have to work to eat." Okay, let's turn the page. The sky sailed up high above the earth, far out of the reach of the tallest person. Ever since then, no one has been able to reach up and grab a piece of it, and the people must work hard on farms and in factories for their food. Okay, my friends, now at this time, you need to complete your collaborative discussion questions on page 387. Go back within your text and find these answers, and I'll see you soon.